Hello YouTubers, welcome back again for another movie review by me, 1000 Guy 1. And today I decided to do a review on All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, the sequel of the original All Dogs movie. Unfortunately, it was made in 1996, around about the time about that the series of our favourite show Doctor Who returned to the natural television series, which was also around about John Pertwee's death, which has nothing to do with the movie. Unfortunately, why is All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 had to be given such a low rating and get quite a lot of bad reviews? Maybe because fans of the original say that there was barely any smoking or drinking. Unfortunately, I do like smoking and drinking. I remember watching smoking and drinking in the Herbie the Love Bug movies, in the old films. And I gotta admit, I have something to tell you guys. I actually saw this movie before I saw the original, so I'm more familiar with the second one, because I can admit it was a really good movie, and I love it. I think it was just a lot more better than the first one. The first one seemed to look a little bit too 80s like. It was around about 1989 when Sylvester McCoy was the Doctor back then, and also I gotta admit that this sequel is probably the second best in the series. The third one I thought definitely crap, but this is rather interesting. The animation is smooth. It's actually not really bad. I mean, in fact I'm more familiar, and I saw it when I got it from the Video Easy store. So let's see how good this movie really is, and describe that it's not a bad movie after all. So watch and learn from the movie. Okay, the film opens with Carface talking to Red, who is also one of the main villains of the movie, and he invented him to steal Gabriel's horn. So, wait a minute. Has Scarface got a little bit fatter? Yes, he has absolutely got fatter. Enough is said. So, Scarface then flies away, and red smoke comes out of the telephone. Definitely what John Pertwee would say. Okay, and then the film opens with the titles. And so Charlie is voiced by Charlie Sheen. Itchy is still voiced by Don Eloise. Thank God they kept his character in shape. And also they introduced a new character named Sasha LaFlora. I really wouldn't imagine if she was appeared in the Crash Bandicoot games. Like, for example, Crash Nitro Kart, where you could see Dingo Dog going, "Oh yeah, oh yeah," or Cortex doing, "Aha, aha, aha, aha." But I like to see what her dance will be like in Crash Nitro Kart. Maybe a sort of a pole dancing type one. Okay, enough of that. And so Charlie and Carface are sitting next to each other. Unfortunately, how did Carface get back to heaven? I really do not know how he got back to heaven in the original film. And so Annabelle congratulates Carface for his good deeds that he do. He hasn't done any good deeds, you stupid woman! What is wrong with you? And so then Itchy joins Charlie, and Charlie tells him that he's bored in heaven, and then Carface, while no one is looking, steals Gabriel's horn and accidentally makes it fall down to earth, and he chases after it. And so Annabelle sends Charlie and Itchy down to earth to retrieve it. Unfortunately, they get distracted and they meet up with, they see Sasha doing her famous dance. And then Charlie wants to meet her, but unfortunately he's a ghost. And so Carface decides to help them. And he introduced them to to Red.
I didn't recruit you for such entry-level wickedness. You have so much to learn.
So, Red asks Charlie and Itchy to fetch Gabriel's horn for him, and when they set off, Carface and Red sing a song saying it feels so good to be bad. I mean, does this dude ever transform? One minute he's an old red dog in a costume with a red scarf that reminds you of Tom Baker's scarf from Doctor Who, and then he turns into this red giant monster. Ugh. That is probably the most scariest part in that film I really didn't like. So Charlie, Itchy and Sasha and a boy named Dave, who ran away from his mother because he has parent problems because his stepmother is having a baby. And so after they team up and become friends, they decided to get Gabriel's horn, which was in the police station. And it ends up being a wild goose chase with Charlie driving the scooter and the police lady and Carface chasing after them. And that really has to be the best scene in the movie I really liked about. I mean, who can not love a chase scene? I absolutely love it to bits. It has to be the best chase scene. It was funny, original, had a taste and all that stuff. So I gotta admit, really decent quality of a race scene. Not a bad chase scene or anything like that. I know it's not the best chase scene, but it's actually a really good chase scene. I really liked about the film. I think it was probably a lot more better than the Love Bug 1987 TV movies chase with Herbie and Horace. I thought that was rather weak, but this is probably a better chase scene. I can understand that it did have a few problems. There were a heap of color problems. I know there are better sequels than All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, like for example, Herbie Fully Loaded. I gotta admit, Herbie Fully Loaded has to be a really good movie. It was enjoyable and lots of fun, and you will see it in a future review soon. And I gotta admit, it was a very decent movie. Got on for Herbie. But anyhow, after Charlie and Sasha and Itchy and Dave get Gabriel's horn, they decided to hide Gabriel's horn, but I can't tell you all that later, because we will have to wait until the next part of this film. Later now, and I'll see you for the next part of this review.